Good morning, my fellow miracles. This is your one and only and favorite, I hope, optimistic drunk, Susan. I just wanted to share some things this morning I've been reflecting on in recent days and weeks. I always believe living from a place of gratitude will bring more and more positives into your life. My past 4 years have pretty much been a testament to that. Living from a place of gratitude can be challenging on some days. Those days where you're facing losses, especially in your early recovery, you may be facing the loss of friends you used to hang out with. You may be facing the loss of a job, the loss of freedom, due to your addiction and the consequences of it. You may be facing the loss of trust from family members and friends. That's a tough one to deal with. And you're probably facing a loss of belief in yourself. Just kind of doubting yourself, wondering if you can really do this. You've heard the phrase, I'm sure, fake it till you make it. That's where my gratitude began. I literally would scrape for things in my life I was grateful for at the beginning of my recovery. There were a few things, givens. Grateful for my family, grateful for my friends, grateful I was still alive, quite frankly, because that in and of itself was pretty miraculous. But I would start with those things, the things that were easy to see, the things I still had in my life that were true blessings. As I started a daily appreciation and a daily recognition of those things to be grateful for, little things started to pop up here and there. I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful to have enough money to put gas in that car. I am grateful to have coffee to make in the morning. It might sound silly. I'm sure some of you, as a dear friend of mine often says, I don't want to do gratitude. He says this at 12-step meetings I go to. I don't want to do gratitude today. I don't want to be thankful for the sunlight and the little birdies and the flowers. And I do understand sometimes it is, people feel a little suffocated by, grateful, grateful, grateful. But you know what? I'm having a really crappy day today. You're going to have crappy days. But in the midst of the crap, you've got to have gratitude for things that are not crappy. Even that friend I just referred to, although he does talk about, gratitude meetings, he is one of the most quietly grateful people I know. One of the most humbly grateful people I've met through my recovery. And when I tease him about his poo-pooing of our gratitude meetings, he just kind of puts his head down and gives me a little smile and then, puts his head back up and puts on his tough boy attitude again. But there's always something to be grateful for, even in the midst of your darkest day. And I understand. I get it, man. I get it. I've had those days. I've had those nights. I don't remember distinctly what time of day or night it was, because I was so deep in my addiction. But I do remember literally thinking there is nothing in this world I've got going my way. There's nothing in this life I have going my way. And those thoughts, completely devoid of gratitude, are the most dangerous thoughts anyone, either in active addiction or in recovery, can have. Because when you find yourself thinking there's nothing to be grateful for, that devalues you. That devalues who you are. That devalues your place in this life, in this world. And you're never disposable. No one's disposable. So if you find yourself, or if you know of someone, who is struggling in that really dark place, that place seemingly devoid of gratitude, Make yourself or make that person find something to be grateful for. You will probably, if it's you're looking for, it's probably going to piss you off. I'll be really upfront about that, because when you're in your doldrums, when you're at your lowest, the last thing you want is somebody going, "Oh, but come on, there's something to be grateful for." And that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is simply at your lowest, you can be grateful for the fact you still, have managed to hang on to enough brain cells. You can realize where you are. You still have a functioning brain. You still have the capacity to think. You still have the capacity to make decisions. You still have the capacity, although it may not feel like it at the time, to make choices, to change your circumstances. You can spread that. I use this a lot where, I talk again about my faith being like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. It's the same with gratitude. The more you start expressing gratitude for seemingly inane things, the more it will come naturally. The easier it will become, the more second nature it will become, to literally look around every single day and go, "Wow, I am so thankful for that. I am so grateful for that." And to have it come from a place that is genuine and that is true and that is so deep and so pure. And it's such a beautiful feeling to literally sit back and have immense gratitude for a moment. A moment with your kids, a moment with a friend, a moment of clarity, a moment where you're not consumed by anxiety. Focus on gratitude. Focus on those moments. The more you are able to do that, and again, you might have to force yourself to do it, but the more you can do that, the more easily it will come. And I am a firm believer, whether, it is a higher power, God, universe, spirit, it's all energy. So the more you can focus on those good things, on that gratitude, truly, I promise you from the tips of my toes, the more it will come into your life. And the easier it will be to be grateful. And the more good things will come. I'm going to close just by saying, if you have read my little ditty, The Optimistic Drunk's Recovery Guide, I allude toward the end in the loss of my dad and of my fuzzy kid when I was about a year and a half into recovery. I was in a good place. But those two tremendously difficult blows, I didn't drink. I felt pain unlike pain I've ever felt in my life because I had learned to feel, which is terrifically foreign to any person with an addiction. We just try to escape reality. We try to escape feelings. That's often the reason for our addiction, or at least something that led us to it. But I remember even in those darkest moments where I was consumed with so much pain, I literally could not stand. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to make it moment to moment. And I remember just praying, first of all. And I think my prayers for most of those times were just, please, nothing specific, just please. But once that terrific pain had passed, I remember being so thankful, especially with my dad. He and I had the chance to get to know each other with me as a healthy person. Not completely healthy. I don't know if I ever will be. I'll always be a little bonkers, but just on such a good path and such a good place. And we talked about the blessings that come with addiction, that come with, alcoholism or addiction. I'm so thankful, and I try to divert the pain of the loss by focusing on the gratitude of the depth of our relationship and the fact we never would have gotten there, if I hadn't experienced what I've experienced, and if my family had not gone through this journey with me. So as you go through the day, remember, don't hesitate to be grateful, to express gratitude for the tiniest things. I don't care if it's the fact your contacts went in without getting a little kitty hair on one of them. Your toast didn't burn. You didn't have to scrape off your windshield. Anything. The fact you're able to get up and walk. Practice being grateful for every single thing that is not a struggle right now. And I promise those good things will keep coming. Have yourselves a fantastic day today. Okay, talk to you soon.